This is the deadline. By today, Texas school districts must notify the state they have completed inspections of all exterior doors. The checks are just one of the safety changes put in place after the Uvalde school shooting. And state leaders say they expect most districts will meet the deadline. Investigative reporter Brian New joins us from Dallas, where many schools are taking your child's security a step further.
These catch knives. These catch, of course, guns.
From metal detectors to alarms, from panic buttons on teachers to cameras with artificial intelligence. The latest in security technology was on full display in Fort Worth at a recent school safety conference. Texas schools will spend millions on technology this year to harden campuses. But experts say the best line of defense at schools remains a door and a lock.
It's the perimeter. It's the basis of where you start. A locked classroom door, a properly locked classroom door has not been breached in a school shooting. We have no history of that happening. And that means that it is an effective deterrent.
It was unlocked, he walked straight through it.
In the hearing on the Uvalde school shooting, the director of the Texas Department of Public Safety testified that the 18-year-old gunman entered the school through unsecured doors. This raised alarms across the state. So just weeks after the school shooting, the Texas Education Agency notified all school districts before students return from summer break, they must inspect every exterior door on every campus.
See, this is a no-go. It needs to shut on its own.
Dallas ISD says it went even further than the state's requirements.
We checked the camera system, we checked the doorbell buzzers, we checked the key card readers. Even if the air pressure from the air condition was like too powerful and the door would not close all the way, we adjusted those set points.
But David Bates, the district's chief operation officer, says with students now back on campus, going in and out of doors, some will inevitably break. Last year, Dallas ISD had more than 4,600 work orders related to broken doors and door locks.
You know, you couldn't lock it from the inside.
Mark Harrington has been a history teacher in the Dallas School District for 24 years. He says when teachers have reported maintenance problems in the past, the district, at times, he says, was slow to respond.
It's easy for things to get lost in the mix. And you have to be kind of sometimes the squeaky wheel, you know, if you're going to get the grease.
Some teachers told us if you want anything fixed, you have to be the squeaky wheel. Is that the case?
I don't disagree with that 3-4 years ago.
But Bates says that's changed. In the past 4 years, the Dallas ISD Operations Department has added staff and overhauled the way maintenance requests are handled.
So we have changed the mindset, we've changed the culture, we've changed the work ethic.
The CBS 11i team analyzed work orders from more than a dozen local school districts, focusing on reports of broken doors and door locks. We wanted to know how quickly repairs were made. In the past 3 years, we found Dallas ISD reported completing work orders related to doors within 30 days, 94% of the time. Records from other districts, too, showed the majority of broken school doors, interior and exterior, were fixed within a few days. But we did find dozens of cases across North Texas schools where it took longer to complete work orders. 67 days, 95 days, 128 days, some even more than 300 days to close a work order on a broken door. Schools told us in some cases it was a clerical mistake or a supervisor who failed to sign off on a completed repair. In other cases, school districts pointed to supply chain issues in getting needed parts, as well as challenges with hiring and retaining specialized skilled workers. But in cases involving exterior doors, districts told us while the door may not have been fixed right away, those doors were secured immediately.
You know what, we can get a lot of things wrong. Safety's one that we can't.
Your number one priority has to be to keep your faculty and your students safe.
Harrington says despite changes in how his school district now handles repairs, he's not taking chances. He says he'll continue to be that squeaky wheel until it's fixed.
If there's something wrong in my room that I think is unsafe, I'm gonna keep at it till it's fixed.
Brian New, CBS 11 News.
One other challenge Dallas ISD has made this year is that every morning at 5:30, the district's maintenance department assigns all work orders on exterior doors first, but anything else is done. As part of the new orders from the TEA, districts are also now required to do weekly checks on exterior doors. Many North districts told us that their schools plan to do this daily.